Right now, at this very moment, you're losing a war you don't even know you're fighting. And I'm about to show you the 4 ancient weapons that will make you absolutely unstoppable. Weapons that a Roman emperor used to conquer not just nations, but himself. Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man in the ancient world, sat alone in his tent on the frozen banks of the Danube River, barbarians at his borders, plague ravaging his empire, traitors in his own court, his children dying one by one. He had everything and nothing. All the gold in Rome couldn't buy him peace. All his legions couldn't protect him from his own mind. So he did something radical. He wrote himself a manual, not for conquering lands, but for conquering the 4 forces that destroy every person from the inside out: your mouth, your mood, your money, your mind. And here's what nobody tells you about these 4 forces. They're all connected. Master one, and you're still vulnerable. Master all 4, and you become unstoppable. Stick with me for the next few minutes because I'm going to reveal the specific technique Marcus used that most people completely miss. It's hidden in plain sight in his writings, and when you see it, everything changes. Let's start with the most underestimated weapon you possess: your words. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." Sounds simple, right? Wrong. This is the hardest discipline you'll ever attempt. Think about your last week. How many times did you complain about traffic, gossiped about a coworker, made an excuse for why you didn't follow through, spoke without thinking, and damaged a relationship? Your mouth is bleeding your power every single day, and you don't even realize it. Marcus knew this. In the chaos of war, with thousands of soldiers looking to him for orders, he understood that one careless word could mean death, not just for him, but for thousands. So he developed a filter, a checkpoint, a law. Before speaking, he would ask himself 3 questions. Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? But here's the twist that changes everything. He didn't just apply this to speaking to others. He applied it to speaking to himself. See, you talk to yourself more than anyone else in your life. Right now, there's a voice in your head. It's been running commentary your entire life. And for most people, that voice is their worst enemy. I'm not good enough. I always mess things up. I'll never be successful. Angry, Marcus Aurelius, with all the power of Rome behind him, still had to fight this voice. He wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Your mouth isn't just about external words, it's about the conversation happening between your ears. Here's what you're going to do today. For the next 24 hours, catch yourself every time you complain. Every time. Don't try to stop it yet, just notice it. You'll be shocked at how much negativity flows from your mouth unconsciously. Tomorrow, we level up. But first, let me show you how your mouth connects directly to the second law. Now, you might be thinking, but I can't control my emotions. They just happen to me. And that's exactly what Marcus thought too, until the day everything changed. Sad, picture this. Marcus receives news that his closest general has betrayed him, his trusted friend, the man he broke bread with. Gone. Joined the enemy. Angry, Marcus could have raged. He could have spiraled into depression. He could have let that betrayal poison his ability to lead. Instead, he wrote this: "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Wait, read that again. You have power over your mind, not outside events. This is the secret that will change your life. You don't control what happens. You control what it means. Your boss criticizes you. That's an event. Sad. Feeling worthless about it? That's a choice. Using it as fuel to improve, also a choice. Traffic makes you late? That's an event. Angry road rage and elevated cortisol destroying your health? Choice. Calm, using the time to listen to something educational? Choice.
Marcus faced the death of children, betrayal of friends, and the weight of millions of lives on his shoulders. You're facing a difficult boss, financial stress, and relationship problems. The scale is different. The principle is identical. Now here's where your mouth and your mood connect. Your words create your emotions. When you complain about traffic, you're not just describing reality. You're creating anger in your body. When you gossip about someone, you're not just sharing information, you're generating contempt in your heart. Marcus discovered that disciplining his mouth was the fastest way to master his mood. He wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." He was programming his mood through his words every single day. Here's your second weapon. Create a morning declaration. 3 sentences about who you're choosing to be today. Not who you are, who you're choosing to be. Mine sounds like this. I am calm under pressure. I see solutions where others see problems. I am building something that matters. Say it out loud every morning. Your mouth will train your mood. Your mood will change your life. But now we hit the third law, and this is where most people completely fall apart. Marcus Aurelius was the richest man in the known world, and he lived like he was poor. He wrote, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." Now, I can hear some of you already. Easy for him to say he was the emperor. True, but here's what you don't know. Marcus could have lived in golden palaces, eating exotic foods, drowning in luxury every single day. Instead, he chose to sleep on the ground with his soldiers. He ate their food. He endured their conditions. Why? Because he understood something that your broke friends don't. Money is a test. Think about everyone you know who came into sudden wealth. Lottery winners, athletes, celebrities. Studies show that 70% of lottery winners go bankrupt within a few years, not because they spent it all, but because money revealed who they really were. Marcus understood that money amplifies character. If you're disciplined when poor, you'll be a disaster when rich. If you're generous when you have little, you'll be transformative when you have much. You live in an age Marcus couldn't imagine. You have access to luxuries that Roman emperors couldn't dream of. Climate control, instant food, entertainment at your fingertips, knowledge of the entire world in your pocket. And yet, you're more stressed about money than Marcus was during a plague. Why? Because you're not fighting for survival, you're fighting for status. You're not buying what you need, you're buying what you think will make you feel worthy. Marcus wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor."
Read that again. The poorest person you know isn't the one with the least money. It's the one who always needs more to feel complete. Here's the law Marcus followed. Have money, don't let it have you. He asked himself 3 questions about every purchase. Do I need this, or do I want people to think I need this? Will this make my life better or just more complicated? Am I buying this from strength or weakness? That last one cuts deep. When you're stressed, you buy things. When you're insecure, you buy things. When you're avoiding your real problems, you buy things. Marcus knew that every coin spent from weakness makes you weaker. Every coin spent from strength makes you stronger. For the next 30 days, before every purchase over $50, wait 24 hours. Write down why you want it, then read it the next day. You'll be shocked at how many things you don't
actually want. You just want it to feel something. And Marcus is teaching you to feel it without spending a single coin. Now, I promised you I'd reveal the hidden technique that ties all of this together. It's time for the fourth and final law, and this is where everything clicks into place. Here's the technique everyone misses. Marcus Aurelius didn't just think about his problems, he thought about his thinking. He wrote, "Our life is what our thoughts make it." Stop. Read that one more time. Our life is what our thoughts make it. Not our circumstances, not our bank account, not what happened to us, our thoughts. Marcus was practicing what modern psychology calls metacognition, thinking about thinking, 2,000 years before neuroscience proved him right. And here's the twist that changes everything. You think you're thinking your thoughts, but most of your thoughts are thinking you. Right now, you have about 60,000 thoughts per day. Studies show that 95% of them are the same thoughts you had yesterday, and 80% of them are negative. You're not thinking, you're repeating. You're stuck in a mental loop that's running your life on autopilot. Marcus discovered this. He noticed that his mind would replay conversations that never happened, worry about futures that would never come, regret pasts he couldn't change. So he developed the most powerful technique in all of Stoicism, the view from above. He would imagine himself rising up, above his tent, above the battlefield, above the earth itself. Looking down at the vastness of space and time, he would see his problems for what they really were: tiny, temporary, and totally manageable. He wrote, "How much trouble he avoids who does not look to see what his neighbor says or does or thinks, but only what he does himself." Now watch how this all comes together. Your mouth speaks your reality into existence. Those words shape your mood. Your mood determines your relationship with money. And all of it is controlled by your mind. It's a system, a chain. Break one link and the whole thing falls apart. Strengthen all four and you become unbreakable.
Marcus knew this. On those frozen nights on the Danube, with barbarians at the gates and plague in his camp, he couldn't control the external world. But he could control his four internal empires: mouth, mood, money, and mind. And that made him unstoppable. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds great in theory, but my life is complicated. Marcus was an emperor. I'm just trying to survive. And that's exactly what makes this so powerful. Marcus had more reasons to lose control than you do. He had actual armies trying to kill him, actual plagues killing his people, actual traitors in his inner circle. You have a difficult boss, an annoying neighbor, some debt. I'm not minimizing your struggles. I'm showing you that if Marcus could master these four laws under his conditions, you can absolutely master them under yours. Here's how you start today. Morning. When you wake up, declare who you're choosing to be. That's your mouth training your mood. Midday. Before you speak, buy, or react, pause for 3 seconds. That's your mind controlling your mouth, mood, and money. Evening. Review your day. Where did you win? Where did you lose? What's one thing you'll do better tomorrow? That's metacognition, thinking about your thinking. Do this for 30 days, and you won't recognize yourself. Marcus Aurelius died on March 17, 180 AD. Not in his palace, not surrounded by luxury. In his military camp, still fighting, still serving, still leading. His last words weren't about his empire or his wealth. They were, "Go to the rising sun, for I am setting." He spent his entire life mastering his mouth, mood, money, and mind. Not so he could live forever, but so he could live fully while he was here. You're not going to live forever either. None of us are. The question is, will you spend your limited time controlled by your impulses, emotions, spending habits, and racing thoughts? Or will you master them? Marcus Aurelius showed us the way. He proved it's possible. Even in chaos, even in pain, even when everything is falling apart. You can control your mouth. You can master your mood. You can discipline your money. You can direct your mind. And when you do, nothing can stop you. The war isn't out there. It's in here. And now you have the 4 weapons to win it. Marcus Aurelius left you a final message in his Meditations. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Stop planning to start. Start today. Master your mouth. Master your mood. Master your money. Master your mind. Become unstoppable.